Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We just got loaded up. We're ready to head out. We're starting a new job today, building a paver patio. It's gonna be a pretty cool project. Hopefully it'll make for a pretty cool video. We got a small truck loaded up with the mini excavator. Hopefully you watched the video of us fixing that up. If you didn't, go check it out. I've got my truck loaded up with the big dump trailer. Gotta go stop, pick up a skid steer. But yep, we're rolling out, leaving the shop now, or the barn. We just call it the barn because that's what it is. But anyway, we're heading on out there. Let's get to it. All right, we got the equipment to the property we're working at unloaded. Already got a load of rock dropped off. Now we're off to pick up pallets of block, and we'll be back. Start getting this thing rolling. All right, we are here at our local site one, getting loaded up with patio paver blocks and some standalone wall blocks for this project we got going. Huh?
Show them our gas Chevy.
Yeah, that's the toughest daggone gasoline Chevrolet you ever did see.
What people don't understand about the gas Chevys, it's really fast. It's really powerful.
What's that engine made out of?
It's real tornadoes.
That's what I thought. I saw that in a video somewhere. I didn't know if it was true.
Yeah.
But what if you wanted a Ford? Say it. You need a Chevy if you want to haul heavy loads, right?
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
That damn headache. Can you just get a couple more inches? It might shut the way it is. I'm not sure. All right, we're all loaded up. Headed back to the job site. Alright, how's it going, everybody? We are back on the job site, ready to get this thing rolling. Got a lot of materials to unload, get moved around to the backyard where we're working at. Oh, Mr. Colt's getting it ready for us. How's it going, everybody? We're out here day 2 on the patio job. First day we just spent hauling equipment, materials, got our gravel out here, all our pavers and wall block out here. And then late last night I got the patio outline laid out. I couldn't really film it, it was too dark, but it had enough light where I could see what I was doing. The camera just wouldn't pick it up. But anyway, we got it laid out, squared up, got the curves marked. Over here, we're gonna have a column, then a little bit of a seat wall. It goes around about 10 foot of wall, another column. On this other side, we'll have a jut out for a grill, another column, another little seat wall. And this thing is ready to start digging out. So let's get on it. Go ahead and stop digging here for a minute, explain a little bit about what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish here. When you're building a paver patio, a lot of things you got to keep in mind. I mean, one of the first things you need to determine is what do you want your final elevation of the top of the patio to be. And you gotta take in several factors to try to figure out what that needs to be. For one, you got your step going into the house. You don't want to leave an awkward step there. Two, we've got these vent wells down here. So obviously we don't want our paver sitting up above that. And also you got the ground level. We don't want to come in too much lower than this ground level, because then if we do that, in order to make everything drain away, we're going to have to dig down a lot around the sides of the house. So you have to consider all those things and try to balance what's going to be best. So what I want to do, I want to stay as high as possible, but like I said, we can't leave an awkward step with the steps, and we can't be over this vent well. So what I've chosen to do here is I'm going to come in right under the lip of this vent. That's going to be the top of my pavers here. And once you know that, then you can calculate where the rest of your elevations are going to be. We're going to make the patio level from side to side. Obviously it's going to have a little slope. It doesn't have to have a ton of slope, but we're going to have a little slope this way. But so when I'm digging out, once you know what your top elevation is going to be, then you got to figure out how much you want to dig out. Well, you need to do, I mean, this is how we do it here. I know people do it differently in different parts of the country, but I like to have 6 inches of rock under the patio, then an inch of sand, then your thickness of your pavers. The pavers we're using are 2 3/8 inches thick. So you got 6 inches, 1 inch, 2 3/4. That's 9 3/4 inches. So we find the elevation of the top of our patio, and then we need to dig down 9 3/4 of an inch, and that's going to be the bottom where we start building up from. And it's important to take your time, get that dug down, get it level. Another important consideration, and you see it most often on newer homes, you got to remember when they dug out this foundation for the house, that some of the soil out here they had dug out, and it's not important to them to get that soil compacted back in there really good. So this soil up against the house is way softer. I mean, I don't know if you see, way softer than this dirt is out here. This is nice hard ground. This is what we want to dig down to, or at least bring our soil compaction up to. So my options are, I could keep digging this down until I get to hard ground and just build it back up with rock, or I can compact this. And that's what we've opted to do. I got one of my guys on the way out here now to bring a jumping jack tamp. We've got my little plate compactor over there, but that's not going to do a good enough job compacting the soil to what we need. So we're gonna bring a jumping jack. I've got this dug down a little bit deeper than it has to be, just to get a little more of that loose soil out of there. But that's where we're working at now. Also, another important consideration, you know, we've marked our lines out. This is going to be the edge of our patio. So you want to have the base of your patio to be at least 6 inches beyond the edge of your patio. If you don't do that, they're not going to be adequately supported on the edges, and you're going to get those edge blocks rolling off, and you're going to have failure of your patio. But those are the only things I'm thinking of right now. I'll try to explain what I'm doing as things come to me. One other thing we got to deal with this gutter drain. They had, you know, this black corrugated pipe, but I don't want that in the base of my rock here. So we're gonna have to swap that out, at least run PVC beyond the patio. That way we can compact this rock around that PVC and not worry about crushing it. Also, okay, I said 6 inches beyond our patio, but here we got columns and a seat wall. I want 12 inches beyond that to make sure it's going to be adequately supported. So this is the edge of our pavers. Then the wall starts. We got 10 inches of wall, and then I want another 12 inches of base here. And as far as the base thickness under the wall, I want 12 inches deep. So 12 inches beyond the edges of the wall and 12 inches deep. So we will dig a deeper and wider footing around this wall and these columns than the actual patio has to be. Patio base needs to be at least 6 inches deep. Wall base needs to be at least 12 inches deep. So if you're trying to build your own patio, these are all things you need to consider. And like I say, it's a little different parts of the country. We're here in North Carolina. That's proper practice for here. You know, Florida, for instance, they pretty much scrape the grass off, screed an inch of sand on them, lay the pavers. That would never work here. I'm gonna get back to digging. Alright, we got the jumping jack rolling now. See if we can get this ground down to proper compaction. You can see what one pass through here with the jumping jack did. See out here with the ground hard, it ain't making nearly the same amount of difference. Over here where it's soft, it's really packing. I got a little bit more to dig out. I pretty much dug out everything for the patio. I've got to dig out a little bit more to compensate for these walls, the walls and columns. Right there at the house. Even with the jumping jack, it was just holding too much moisture for us to be able to get it compacted the right. The last thing you want to do is try to build something on top of bad soil. So I mean, it means we're going to end up needing more gravel, but it's certainly what we needed to do. So I just dug down till I found good dirt, and now we're building it back up with rock. I've already kind of knocked a little bit of gravel in here. This is my footing for my wall and my column. I gotta dig out a little bit more for that column. I gotta dig out a little bit more on that side for that wall and column, but that's what we got going on now. since we had to dig that thing out deeper, I knew we was gonna need more gravel. So I called my buddy, told him to go ahead and run me another load. Only problem is we already hauled that skid steer out of here. So the problem is getting it up here. I'll show you what we got going on now. I loaded up the small dump trailer. It was behind the little truck and it couldn't get it up the hill. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it a little different. That's another way to do it. And if I didn't explain well enough, I had my buddy bring a dump truck load, dump it at the road again. I took the mini excavator down there, loaded up the trailer, and then we came up here to try to get it up here closer. I think part of the problem is I put too much of the weight on the back. It was taking the traction off the back of the truck, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. Get on the driveway, what are you doing?
I thought you said back up to it.
From over there.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna shovel this last little bit in by hand, and then we'll see how far up the driveway we can bike this one before we gotta start dragging it with the mini. Well, this time I made it until the driver's side tires dropped off the concrete. It started spinning. Go ahead and pull it the rest of the way with the little mini excavator. That good? Good. Stop. Too much. Come back. Well, got most of it out, but we blew the track off. So this is going to be a good place to end the day. That looks like a tomorrow problem. We're going to scrape this out, close her up, head home. All right, today is tomorrow, and we got to deal with that problem. A nice little present we left for ourselves yesterday. Also, it's bring your daughter to work day. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of fun though. Yeah, y'all remember that little gift, that little present we left for ourselves?
We forgot about it.
Nothing like leaving little treats for yourself to find. But it's honestly not that big a deal. Especially when you're good, like us. Let's show you. Very simple. Lift this side of the machine up off the ground, remove the cover plate, take the grease fitting out, push the idler pulley in. That gives you the slack you need to slide the track back on. And then put the grease fitting back in, pump it up, that pushes the idler pulley back out, putting tension back on your track. Good to go. I'll demonstrate. Kind of dark under there, but you don't have to take them all the way out. Just take them loose and knock it down. It's good enough. Now, let's show our people the grease fitting in there. There it is. Take that grease fitting loose. I'm not sure what size it is. Try that. Yep, that's it. It's still got grease in it from last time I did this.
Just the red one.
Alright, grease fitting is out. Mr. Cole's going to take his shovel and he's going to push our idler pulley in. A bunch of grease is going to come spilling out of that hole.
Yeah.
That's
Which
going to give
one's the
us
idler pulley?
the only pulley you see. That's not in. This is in. Oh. Moving in.
Yeah. I think it's all the way.
Here.
Yeah. I think so.
Comes in.
It ain't going no further, is it?
Yeah, it might be all the way in. Alright, then you just see if you can keep that side under a little more. That way it don't come off when you go to move this other side. Pop that thing over. That's all it takes. Now you just pump it back up. And if you run any kind of equipment that takes grease, and you don't have one of these, go ahead and get one of these. Learn it? Yep. You can see that outlet pulley is going out now. It uses the pressure of the grease to move it out, hold it out. to the camera. Say hello. Alright, now we got to make this gutter drain connection from that gutter over to this pipe that they did have it run through. Like I say, we got to put it in this. We got to put it in this PVC. I don't want that in my patio base. We'd probably crush it trying to get the stuff compacted anyways, but gotta use something solid in your base. That's what I'm gonna do now. I gotta dig that out a little bit more by hand, cut it off, and I can start making these connections. Alright, I'm ready to start making these fittings. Unfortunately, the depth that I can go is going to be determined by how low that is. I can't set my pipe lower than that, otherwise the water's not going to run downhill. So I pretty much have to come from that pipe slightly uphill to this. So I'll just either pile up some rock under it for now while I put it together, and then pack some rock under it afterwards, once I know what height it needs to be at. I didn't think about this until just now, but if I attach this on down here, it's going to be below the level of my pavers, which would probably make it look better, because then I could cut my pavers around this and you wouldn't see any PVC. But if this pipe backs up and can't handle the flow, it's going to leak that water out underneath my pavers. I don't really like the idea of that. It could maybe wash the sand away. So I'm going to need to cut this to where because this fitting, obviously that's going to be loose. The rest of these joints I can glue up so where they won't leak water, but this could leak water in a high rain event. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it. Shut it.
Shut it down. All right, that's looking pretty good now. Now I'm gonna start cutting and fitting my pipe. I need a piece about 7.5 inches.
He feeds them marshmallows and bread. I was like, bro, you better not bring them beagles out there, dude. One of them gets a hold of them beagles, this game over. It's like, oh, they're gonna get a hold of beagles. They're scared of the beagles. I'm like, no, they're fucking not. They are not scared of them beagles. Oh, I thought you couldn't get it.
You thought I couldn't get it? You serious? I've been going to the gym, dude, for like a month now.
You made a sound and then just put it down like you were defeated.
I put it down like I was victorious.
You've been going to the gym like for a month now. You sound like every other dude. Been lifting weights, dude, for a month. I'm absolutely yoked. Absolutely rockin' rip. Did you tell Sunbelt we were keeping it for another day?
No.
How does that work? Do they just kind of assume that's what the case is and they just tack on another day, or
Yeah.
is there like a fee?
No. I mean, you pay for another day.
Really? They don't tack on like a late fee or nothing?
No, they want you to keep that thing as long as you want.
I figured they would tack on a late fee.
Why would they tack on a late fee?
Yeah, because like you would assume that they want their machine back whenever they can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, some machines that they don't have that many of, like a skid steer or something,
they're not gonna
they got somebody like ready to get. Just to try to get my decent line here. The pipe will need to come to about here. That's on the 42-inch mark. If you'll notice, I've got it going inside that coupling as far as the pipe's going to go inside. Alright, this is a great tool for cutting PVC, but if you're going to cut PVC, you don't find many blades that are labeled for PVC. I just use a metal cutting blade. It's got the smaller teeth. It does a good job. You try to use a wood cut blade, it's going to bust this edge all up. The metal cutting blade does a pretty good job. Pretty clean cut. Clean as you need it to be, for sure.
I was thinking about that time we did that job with Charles Ford. I kept cutting PVC backwards the wrong way.
Yeah, don't try to hire anybody to do it.
That didn't right, I did it wrong. It was fine because we had plenty of time, but it was just like, dang it.
Hey, if you're running a small company and you're doing this kind of work, once you get ready to train someone to do it, buy twice as much pipe and twice as many fittings as the job requires.
And get a therapist.
You don't need a therapist, just drink alcohol. Be a man.
Drink alcohol, be a man.
Ruin your life yourself, be a man.
lube that thing up real good.
I'll put a little bit in my fitting too, just for good measure. You don't have to be perfect on this drain pipe stuff, but might as well do it as right as you can. Make sure you twist while you push in. Gets that glue good and spread all over everything.
I'm trying to avoid them plumbers in the comment section.
Oh, come on, bring it on, plumbers. I ain't scared of you.
Oh, you ain't gonna start gluing the other end too? Whoa, dude.
Alright, alright. I see a lot of people do. They just rub it right on the end here. Oh, this fitting's pretty wide. Might as well utilize the whole thing. Spread your primer and glue. At least the thickness of the fitting. Coupling.
Glue it up. Blue glue. I don't know why, but I like this wet stuff. It smells.
Yeah, not good.
If you have been affected by plumbing glue,
You're using this rain fast. Better work fast because it sets up quick. Alright. Look at there, we're going to be able to do it all in one piece. They did not have the proper fitting at the Home Depot to transfer this PVC pipe to this pipe. This is just a coupling meant to couple two of these together, but well, they're good enough. I'll wrap some tape around it. We'll send it. Like I say, this connection is going to be beyond our patio and our wall. So, I mean, these fittings they put on these things aren't meant to be watertight anyway. They're really just meant to keep dirt out. Dang. Got some little rocks in the glue. Can't have that. I'm gonna put some tape on that for good measure, but that's all it takes. Put you in a little drain pipe. And if you're wondering what happened to my little girl, we just happen to be pretty good friends with the people that live here, so we get a babysitter inside. We didn't just like leave her in the truck or nothing like that.
Oh, should we go get her out?
Got some of this Christie's pipe tape. Pretty good stuff for this application. Like I said, this probably isn't 100% necessary, but this to me looks like it could leak dirt. Leak dirt in, clog this corrugated pipe. I don't want that. So. Colt,
yep.
Will you push that elbow to me a little bit? Yeah, just like that.
I can't believe how much you like that Walmart knife.
Not
Did you buy it knowing you would love it?
It's not that I love it that much. It's just
It appears to be just everything you've ever thought it was.
that's what I do. I buy a $10 knife and I use it for work because work beats the crap out of them, and it don't hurt my feelings.
That's what I do too. I just like you use that one knife for freaking years and it was like expensive. Hell, didn't you use your Sig Legion knife for a little while?
Probably, and then I lost it.
Oh God. I can't believe you took that out of the gun case to use it and you lost it.
Well, I'd hate to know how many dollars worth of nice knives I've lost.
That's what I've always done. I do want to buy a sharpener that'll sharpen those shitty knives, though. You know. It's like.
And that's that. Now we can backfill on top of this and keep this job moving. Back to time lapse, y'all go.
You gonna fill over that or whatever?
Back out here with another load of gravel. Let's see how this truck does pushing it up that driveway. I think this one will do it no problem, but I could be wrong. See how easy that was? That's why I spend the money on all-terrain tires. This one, I still got the tires we bought it on.
Yeah.
They're nice. They seem to be lasting forever. But as soon as they touch the dirt, they don't do no good.
Whenever they would actually like play a game and give it to it. Maybe it was Pro Bowl too, like, that's how I am.
This side. This is where we're going to end this video. We're going to make this project a multi-part video, try to keep them from getting so long. We pretty much finished leveling out the base layer and getting that all compacted. You can see, you can see it's pretty close. I mean, it's within like half an inch everywhere. So what we're going to start doing now, I'm gonna dig out a little bit over here where we need to do the wall and the columns, and then we're gonna pull the layout again, probably with some strings, just to be able to visualize it. And then after we get the walls built, next step will be screeding out our sand and laying pavers. So if you want to see the rest of it, make sure you keep your eye out for part 2. Thanks for watching.